Okay, hi. So, I'm gonna do story time. This is my first time doing a story time. I might get a little bit emotional, so. I'm gonna do like my elementary school story till where I am now, which is 7th grade. And I just started Tuesday. Um, so, started in first grade. In first grade, I was, throughout elementary school, I was bullied a lot. Like, not more than other people, like, bullied a lot. There, they had my entire class, my entire grade for that elementary school in one classroom. So there were about 12 boys in my class, and they would all gang up on me. I did have one friend who was a girl. But then all the other girls weren't like very nice to me either. So I had almost the entire class against me. And I did tell the teachers. I told the teachers. I told the principal. There were several times I went straight to the principal, straight to the teachers, and they talked to the kids, but it never did anything at all. It never helped. It just kept going. The same thing happened over and over again. So it was in first grade, and then second grade, my teacher wasn't very kind. And I still had that one friend, and then at the end of second grade, everything just started to go majorly wrong because that one friend had to move because of problems in her house. So she was the only friend I had at that time, the only friend I had in elementary school. So then, from there on in elementary school, I just got bullied. I had one friend, but she was in a younger grade, so when we had indoor recess, the entire class was coming up to me asking me questions I didn't want to answer, because they would come up to me and go, the boys would all walk up to me and go, who do you have a crush on? And I didn't have a crush on anybody, and they wouldn't leave me alone until I said somebody. So I would just say somebody random that wasn't as mean to me as the other boys, because fourth grade went really well, even though I was still bullied and everything. My teacher was amazing. Third grade was alright, but there was a new kid that came in that year, and I still have to deal with him today. But most of the boys I do. One of them moved away. The guy that was the worst moved away, thank God. It was really hard in elementary school, and then at the end of 5th grade year, which is where I finally was like happy again, because I met so at the end of 5th grade there was a field trip, which I was really nervous for. I was really, really nervous to go. I actually almost stayed home that day. I was not excited to go because at that time I had a lot of trouble making friends because I was normally surrounded by the kids that weren't very nice to me. But I did end up going on the field trip, and I'm glad I did go on that field trip, because when I did go, we went, and I was kind of like walking off towards a corner of where we were at the field trip, and that's where I found a group of 3 girls, and I hung out with them for a little bit, and that's when everything started to actually go right, and it wasn't terrible anymore. And since then, the bullying hasn't been as bad. It hasn't been as bad for me. I still do have issues with people bullying me, and there was something this morning where the boys that I had trouble with in elementary school threw something at my friend and tried to point the finger at her, and I wouldn't take it. I wasn't going to let them point to her, because I wasn't going to let them treat her the way they treated me. But in the 6th grade year flew by, as I was barely getting bullied at all. And the girls that I had met on that field trip, we've been best friends since. So one of the girls I'm really friends with, but the other two girls that I met that day, I'm best friends with them. In 7th grade now is where it starts to really get challenging for me, is because two of those girls that I met are going to a different school this year, and I only have one of my friends from 6th grade that I can. But and also over the summer between 6th grade and 7th grade, there was a lot going on. I wanted to go to camp, but I couldn't because there was a summer camp I normally go, but I didn't get the chance to this year because we never had the time to take me. So we didn't sign up for it because my parents were getting a divorce. We were moving at this mixture of that, and we had nowhere to go. We're at my grandparents' house now, so we had nowhere to go at all. So grandparents now, and I'm on a different bus this year. It's all different. It's new, and I'm not used to it yet because the first day of school was only Tuesday. But I'm still not used to walking in and not seeing all of them. Because last year I would walk in, I would see a ton of people I was friends with. This year I'm walking in. These first 2 days I walked in, and I normally get there before my friends that I normally sit with in the morning. So I'm sitting alone for a little bit, and then they come in, and it's loud in the cafeteria that we have to sit in. But one of my best friends has to go to a different school because of issues with her family, but it's not the same in the school without her. It's not the same. And I know it's said a lot that normally people that are getting bullied, and if they don't believe the videos that say one person can make a difference. But if you're not believing that stuff, then you're wrong. Because one person can make a difference. In my case, it was great, and it took a lot of confidence for me to just talk to one person. But for me that day that I met them, to talk to all three of them at the same time was really stressful and really challenging for me. But I actually have something. I still have the thing that we found from the day I met them. I'll grab that.